So Joe Judge yesterday ripped the Philadelphia coach Doug Peterson. But in the process of doing that, that's what everybody in the media is going to see and talk about. But it's much greater than that. So Ben McAdoo and Pat Shurmur are not terrible coaches. They're weak culture creators. When Barry Alvarez took over Wisconsin, literally it was one of the worst 5 college football programs in the country. Now it's one of the best 10. He's now the athletic director. He did not change the locker rooms. He said, no, love our locker rooms. We're going to learn to love ourselves. That was the culture change. It was about Wisconsin football. It wasn't about fancy stuff. We should be proud of who we are. It's a state that produces good high school football, good college football. Be proud of who we are. And Pat Shurmur and Ben McAdoo, I don't know if they're bad coaches. They're very good coordinators, but they were never able to create a culture. That's what Brian Flores has done in Miami. It's what Sean McDermott's done in Buffalo. It's what Sean McVay changed the culture with the LA Rams, not just the playbook. So Joe Judge, it appears to me, is very good at culture creation. He's coached with Belichick and Nick Saban, 2 of the all-time greats. So when Judge comes out to criticize Doug Peterson, what it is an opportunity that he uses brilliantly to spread his gospel about what the Giants are all about.
There's a number of sacrifices been made by all the players and coaches in this league. There's a number of sacrifices that come along as well with the family members of the people connected to them. To disrespect the effort that everyone put forward to make this season a success for the National Football League, to disrespect the game by going out there and not competing for 60 minutes and doing everything you can to help those players win, we will never do that as long as I'm the head coach of the New York Giants.
That's not just about criticizing the Eagles. He is defining to free agents. He is defining to his locker room, I'm here for you. The best I've ever seen at it is Nick Saban. We sort of laugh at it, but 2 to 3 times a year, Nick Saban finds an opportunity to recruit to the nation without visiting your home. He'll find a crevice, an opportunity. He'll go to the podium and he'll spread his gospel. He did it a couple years ago. It's my favorite bit about a player he used to coach at Michigan State.
Well, I'm going to give a speech right now about this. Like, where do you want him to be? Guy makes a mistake. Where do you want him to be? You want him to be in the street? Or do you want him to be here graduating? You know, when I was over there at the Nagurski, Muhsin Muhammad, who played 15 years for the Carolina Panthers, played for me at Michigan State. Everybody in the school, every newspaper guy, everybody was killing the guy because he got in trouble and said there's no way he should be on our team. I didn't kick him off the team. I suspended him. I made him do stuff. He graduated from Michigan State. He played 15 years in the league. All right, he's a president of a company now. And he has 7 children, and his oldest daughter goes to Princeton. So who was right?
That wasn't just about the player. That was talking to every mom and dad in North America who has a really good football player. You come to Alabama, I'll be tough on him, but I'll support him if he makes a mistake, because you're asking him to go 800 miles from home. And mom and dad wonder, what if our son makes a mistake? The smart coaches, Saban wouldn't just walk to a podium and talk about that story without an opportunity. Joe Judge wouldn't go out and just talk about how great he is as a coach and his culture or blast Peterson without an opportunity. The really smart coaches and leaders in this country see these little openings, and they go to the microphone, and guys like me talk about it for hours. They get hundreds of millions of YouTube and Facebook views, and they're defining publicly their culture. That's Nick Saban recruiting to America without having to visit any state, without having to leave his office. It's free recruiting, an unbelievable message. And Joe Judge on the free agent market, spreading his gospel. That's why he'll win. Shurmur McAdoo didn't. They could coach. They couldn't spread the gospel. They didn't have the ability, at least at this point in their career, to create a culture. And that's what I see Joe Judge doing. Joy Taylor with the news.
Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
Oh, I love that so much.
Nick Saban.
Both of them are just
My last day
excellent.
on the air, I'm going to do 100 Nick Saban bites and talk about each one. That will be my last show.
You do like Nick, like a splice of Nick Saban, some Mike Tomlin, sprinkle in some John Gruden's. Just all-time great sound bites. Okay, bad news for the Browns.